Hello.
Hey,
Hello. Hey Lou, how are you?
hey, Tren, not too shabby.
Yeah, we are the tarot dealers
We are
and we have many years experience reading the tarot, teaching tarot,
sharing,
yeah, talking about it.
yeah,
We love talking about the tarot.
all the things, right?
All the things. I'll probably grab the other ones because I'm just going to have a shuffle. But while we're shuffling, because we're going to do the November energies,
We are November
see what see
energies.
what November is bringing for us. Um, which Lou's just flipped over the page of wands. So maybe there's big changes, new things coming in.
New actions,
Yeah,
new things to
to
do.
do. Yes. So
Interesting.
very interesting. So we'll just see what is coming for November. But while I'm talking to you, you can contact us. You run our Facebook, Instagram, email. Our email is thetarotdealers@gmail.com.
Yep, YouTube,
YouTube,
Spotify,
yeah,
right?
all the
All
things.
things.
So yeah, so let us know if you want us to cover anything, if you've got different ideas or you've got just something to say. Let us know because we will do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll dive down that rabbit hole.
Yes. So now I'm going to pick a card for the episode. What do we need to keep in our awareness for this episode? So let's see what we need to know. Not quite. Now I'm using the light seers to bring this in. And we have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles with the light seers. I'm looking at, I know I picked it, but the dog or the wolf could be a bit of both. But as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, there's a bit of loyalty, there's a bit of strength coming.
Okay.
I'm just seeing. I always, especially with this light seer's King of Pentacles, I always see there's so much wisdom there. There's
Hmm.
so much wisdom. And it's very much, yes, we're sharing our wisdom, but it's those that are really interested in it that we're sharing it.
And I think it comes from a really comfortable place. And I'm
Yeah,
getting that because the guy he's
it's
looking really
really
relaxed
comfortable.
and sitting, just
Yeah,
sitting in his chair there with a
yeah,
pentacle resting upon his knee.
yeah.
And it's like he's just taking it in, but he's doing it in such a
Such a, yeah,
calm,
relaxed way.
relaxed way. And he's actually quite happy about what he's
Quite,
seeing.
he's quite enjoying it, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
So
he is.
yeah, I always think with the Rider Waite King of Pentacles, I always think he's a bit arrogant
Yeah, I do
in
too.
his facial expression, but not this one. This one is very, he's quite enjoying himself. He
Yes.
really is enjoying himself. And I'm just noticing there's like little sparkles either coming up or down from that pentacle. So I think even though looking at the pentacle, you think, oh, you've got everything you need, which you do, but I think there's more coming. And I think you need to open yourself up to more. So just in a sense, don't be complacent and thinking you know everything because you don't. There's always more coming. So open, be an open channel, I'd say,
Hmm.
to more. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Now we'll get into the
November
November
energies.
energies. What is November 2025? You believe it's November?
That's insane.
So I heard something this morning, something about, oh, we're nearly in 2026. I went, I've only just finished 24.
That's what it feels like, right? Like, yeah, what?
But although I will be looking forward to 2026 because 2025 has not been fantastic.
No, not to say the least. It's been an interesting
Yeah,
year, hasn't it,
it has.
really? And I wonder how that has been for other people. And like, just from a numerology point of view, 2025 has been a 9 year, right? So things ending, tying things
Yeah.
up, moving things on, right? And then we're moving into
Into a 1 year,
a
aren't
one
we?
year
Or
brand
yeah.
new. My sense about that actually is particularly when it comes around to Aries, because Aries is the first astrological sign, right? Like commencing
Yeah.
the beginning of. So I'm wondering how
Oh,
the world
the
is
world
going
is
to
going to
be
be.
around that time, because not only is it a 1 year, but then we're in Aries, which
Yes,
is the
it's the
beginning,
start,
the
isn't it?
start. And I don't know a lot about astrology at all, but just little things that I pick up
Yeah.
on. I'm like, oh, one actually that's made me think about that and wonder what that might
Well,
be like.
yes. Oh, watch this space. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah, we will.
Well, we'll give you our interpretation.
Yes, yes, yes. For
All right.
now,
Let's see.
we're just looking at November.
November 2025. So I think, like always, I do sort of the more individual and personalized, and you do the more the worldwide, don't
God
you?
knows what I'm going to do today,
Yeah,
but
so we'll
no,
just see.
he's right. That is what we do. Let's just see what happens.
All right, let's just
And I
see.
don't mean to.
It's just how it
It's
comes
just how
out.
it comes out. It's like this evolved thing that
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
So, like always, I will do 4 cards for 4 rows. So there'll be 16 cards in total, 4 by 4. So let's see what November
Look at it, just like
2025. Got the King of Pentacles. King of, just like we're talking about him. He knows we're talking about him.
Can't make that shit up. Yeah. Funny.
All right, let's see what we need to know, or what we can expect for November 2025. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Now we got the Queen of Pentacles. Mm. Always relate the King of Pentacles and the Emperor very closely. I don't know why, but that's what I do. And there he is. We've got the King of Pentacles out. Interesting. It's interesting. There's not what only three major arcana in here. The rest are minors. Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
So we are starting off November with the Two of Wands. So looking at this, it could be we have been planning. We really have been planning. We are in that planning stage.
Excuse me.
Bless you. And then we go from the Two of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles.
Oh,
Bless you.
thank you.
So yes, we're in the planning stage, but I also think with that Queen, it's very much we have to keep our feet on the ground. We have to keep looking after ourselves. We have to really make sure that we are looking after ourselves. That self-care is quite important. It really is, because I think leading up to this, we've been in such and time has been going so fast, but we've been going, and maybe we are forgetting a little bit about our own self-care, because we go from the Queen of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords. So there is brand new beginnings, brand new ideas coming, different ways of doing, not so much doing things, it's more what are we changing our thinking? Quite literally, are we changing our thinking? Which is what we have to do.
I think it's how we evolve, isn't it?
We have to do. We can't, well, we won't move forward if we keep thinking the same way all the time.
Yeah, right.
And then we move on to the world. So it's funny because we've got the Ace of Swords, which is that fresh start, new way of thinking, to the world. So it's that complete ending. So we are coming full circle, quite literally, but it almost feels like we are starting to think quite differently and putting an end to the old patterns, old behaviors, old thoughts, quite literally. Because then we move into the Six of Wands, which is that success. We are moving. We're not standing still anymore. We are moving, and we're moving in a direction that maybe we aren't or have not thought of before. Coming from the Ace of Swords, we're changing direction.
Yeah, right.
Moving into the Emperor. So it's quite literally, when we're moving in that direction, we're pulling back some little bit of power that maybe we've given away or has been taken from us. We're pulling it back. Just going, no, I've got the reins now. I'm going my way. Which might lead to a bit of, because we've got the Five of Cups straight after it, which might lead to a little bit of upset. Let's put it that way. Might lead to a bit of and it could just be, I often think with the Five of Cups, it's very much focusing on what didn't go right and ignoring what is going right. So even though we're moving in the right direction and we're pulling some power back, we're still back in the past thinking, well, hang on, maybe I should have done things differently. It's like, no. get rid of that mindset, leave that behind because that's in the past. Keep moving forward. And straight through the Three of Wands. It's funny because we've got the Two of Wands right at the start, and then we've got the Six of Wands. Now we have the three. It's very much, we're still, even though we are moving and we are in, our direction is probably more clearer now than it ever has been. We're still taking time to stand firm and go, am I still on the right track? I'm not going to keep going until I know I'm on the right track. So I will be pausing every now and
Yeah,
again.
it's kind of like checking each
step.
iteration, isn't
Yeah,
it? You know? Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought, oh, because we move on to the Knight of Wands. Oh, look, all these wands, but we end with the cup. But the Knight of Wands is saying that, yeah, we are. Things might start to move a lot quicker, but it's more so that it's not speeding because we're the ones with the reins. We're the ones in control. So we're doing it at our pace, not anybody else's. We're not being pushed or forced to do something that we're not comfortable with. And it's funny, we've got the Four of Swords here, so it could be that after our little pauses, we need to take that rest. It's very much it's like a stop go, a stop go, a stop go,
isn't it?
And I think that stop go is important because we've been going for so long. It's now time to go, hang on. I'm going, but I need to pause and gather everything. I need to pause, and then I'm going again. Like, what more information do I need to gather before I do anything? And we lead straight into the King of Pentacles. So it very much is that we're gathering all our resources. This stop go, or when we're in that stop situation, maybe we're starting to look at what resources, what skills we do have, and how we can move forward. It's funny. It's very much a stop go, or because we go from the King of Pentacles to the Three of Swords. So it is. I often see the Three of Swords, not so much as disaster, but I see this more of healing.
Yeah.
More of a healing. It really is the healing, because we can keep going and going and going, but if we don't stop and heal what we've come out of, we're just going to walk straight back into the same.
Yeah, you kind of got to bed down,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, you need to sort of, it needs to be processed before you move to the next place.
That's the word.
And I think that's where the Three of Swords fits in. It's like we need, healing's probably not the right word, but that's how I feel. It's like we need to really heal the past, well, our past, basically, isn't it? And then we move on to the Seven of Cups, which can be quite anxious, anxiety, overwhelm.
Yeah.
And that would make sense with what we're dealing with. We're stop going with, we're pausing. And then we might just get to a point where we just go, I can't do it anymore. But that ties in with that Four of Swords where I need to take time out. I need to, like Lou said, ground all this in.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the Five of Pentacles. So it really is up, down. This month of November looks like it's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down, the whole thing, because we, go from the Seven of Cups to the Five of Pentacles to the Four of Wands to the Moon. So even though this whole month is a bit of stop, start, up, down, there's still more information that we are gathering. There's more, the light is being shone on things that we have been unaware of.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of reflecting come the end of the month as to where we are. Like I look at these and I obviously trying not to take in Trend's energy from it, but I'm kind of looking at it and going, yeah, I can see there's going to be like some sort of change to the internet or the way that communication is done on a world stage, like worldwide. I feel like there's changes in health. I think we're going to hear something about the health sector. I feel like there's a new energy kind of moving in that space. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what I'm feeling. We might have issues around finance stuff, and I think that's going to kind of upset a few people in that space. And that's going to have us questioning, well, how do we get our money? How can we access our money? How can we access our things? I feel like there's questions around that. And it's going to come back looking at this, I feel like, to a community connection. So looking after those in your neighborhood. Like it might come back to, while whatever's fucking happening with the internet and finances and health involved in there too. Connect with your neighbors, can you exchange things? Can you, I'll cook you a meal if you mow my lawn, or what the fuck ever, right?
Yeah, it's that bartering.
I feel like we kind of need to just make sure like our community is safe. And are you in the right community? Are you feeling connected? This is the thing that I feel we'll be doing a lot of reflecting on from a world stage point of view. Now, what's fascinating, I'm just going to go to the first week, is we start with the Two of Wands, as Tren said before, which is about the planning, right? There's not a lot you need to do, but you do need to plan about the bigger picture. And I look at that as this minor version of the world. And in the first row, we end with the world. So I'm like, wow, this month is going to, as Tren said, cycle fast in certain spaces.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to be pausing and stopping.
And I think Lou was talking about community. I think this whole year we have been talking about community, how community has been very important, and gathering the right community around you, and being in the right community, because we can be a community, but we don't feel comfortable, or it's not safe or whatever. So it's the right community for you.
I think so. And definitely we'll be hearing news around. I'm going to change today's fucking format. Sorry. No, we're gonna hear news from the government about that. I feel like there might be a bit of a topple or a fall with some people in power, and that is going to have us standing back and going, okay, so what's the next thing? So whether people exit out of there naturally, whether they're forced out of there, I feel like it's a world stage thing where we will be looking at, okay, well, that didn't work, that's gone wrong, or that we may hear from government themselves saying, oh, woe is me, this didn't work, this didn't happen. The games that they fucking play.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's just my feeling about this here when I'm looking at that. I feel like there's a bit of a topple of power. And I don't know that that's necessarily going to go the way that the collective consciousness might like that to go. So in that, I would say if there's changes in how we communicate or changes in the internet, then be very mindful of those changes. Where does the data go? Who's got the data? What's happening with the data? And then as that change, we hear from government to actually just take a stand back, because the beginning of the month where we're looking at the changes in the world and watching and waiting for that to happen, come the third of the month, come the
third week,
the second, third week, we're looking at, well, what's next? What's next? What do we need to be aware of and mindful next? And I feel like the next change after that is going to be in the health system. There's some shift or change in there. Interestingly enough, and I feel that then very quickly leads on to this financial piece or this resource piece. So there might be a few upset and tears around that space. So just watch this space. Leads us to question, how then can we connect better to the earth? How can we connect better to our bodies? How can we connect better than to just our resources in general? It's through community, people.
It's very much through community.
Through community. So, make sure they're the right people, because we will be doing a lot of reflecting. And I feel like with the month, it might just be showing us some things where we're actually looking at this from a higher consciousness point of view and going, well, okay, we're about to head off into terrain that we're really uncertain of. So how can we make sure that we're being true to ourselves? What's being brought up out of the slush that we've been in, right? It really feels to me like there's this awakening in terms of coming up out of that slush. Now, I know over the whole year, like we've been talking about that and saying, we need to be awakened, all these different things are happening, but it really feels like you're right, Tren. There's this stop-start, push-pull, but we're getting to the end of the year, and we're looking and going, well, what's next? What do we want moving forward? Because all the slush is up now. So even those who weren't aware of the slush are now very aware of the slush, right? And going, well, what do we do? So it might be a bit about that. So what I thought, don't pack them.
Don't pack them.
No. because what
Yes.
like I said, I'm sorry, I'm going to change
No,
the
you're
format
right.
today.
You're
So
right.
I'm just looking to add a little bit, and I'll get Tren
Yeah.
to add this to her personal
Yeah.
piece,
Piece.
and then we'll add it to the bigger piece. Oh
Oh
my God.
wow. Oh
Oh,
wow.
can't believe this shit.
Oh, look at this.
God, so funny. I'll start. Um, we have another Queen of Pentacles who's also sitting in the top row,
Yeah.
right? Which is going to go back to being reminded of who you are and your
Yeah.
body and the fact that you can manifest things, because she reminds me of the magician. So,
Mhm.
worldwide, bigger picture, that is very much about backing yourself, is how I see that. Make sure you back yourself. We then have the Two of Wands, which is what started this whole thing. So, it's going to be very much as we're looking for what's next, to be planning in your world what it is that you might want to put
Yeah.
out into the world, like, because there's going to be changes, right? Lots of things are going to change. So appreciating the resources that you have in the palm of your hand, knowing that you've got everything that you need. There's no need to go seeking for anything. It's already here. World stage, we've got what we need to
Yeah.
work with what we got, and how can that be our next thing? That then for me follows with the Ace of Wands, where it's like definitely new tasks, new things to do. Now, why we've been doing here's another one is so when Tren laid her cards out down in the bottom row,
Yeah.
she has the Seven of Cups, and I actually also have Seven of Cups on the other end. So this kind of tells me that the last week is going to have us questioning things
Yeah.
really big time, in terms of, well, okay, what is next? But it's a bigger question than that.
It's bigger.
It's a bigger question
Yeah.
that it's like you might have to identify lots of different areas, right? Lots of different areas, lots of different change. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
So I don't know what you get.
Yeah, I just that Queen of Pentacles is really really grounding in that we need to take care of ourselves, because
Yeah.
if we don't, nobody else will. It's like
This is true,
we
right?
have to
This is
take
true.
care, and basically because the two queens are saying you have to make yourself a priority
Yeah.
because nobody else is, and you're doing this for you. And with that, the Two of Wands straight after it, and again, it's tying in with the two as we start. And like Lou said, we have everything we need. Are we aware of what we've got?
Are we aware? That is a
we got?
question, Trina.
Yeah.
Are we aware of what we got?
You know, because we might think we've only got this, but really we've got all of this.
Yeah.
And we're sort of not looking. We're not looking. We're only looking in one direction. Why are we only looking in one direction?
Get a new view, right?
Yeah.
Start to think differently, right?
Yeah, very much.
You said there was changes in all of
the
these
thoughts.
things.
Yeah.
And in your thoughts, right? You were right.
Yeah. And coming down to with the Ace of Wands, it's why do we have to do things the same? It's like grandma, granddad did them this way. Why am I still doing it that way? Just because they did it.
The world
It doesn't suit anymore.
No.
The world has changed so fast and so much. What did work back then does not work now. So we have to find our own ways of doing things.
We do, don't we? Like and our own values too, like in there. Like, and it's interesting because we've been talking about like, housing and things like that, and generational living now, how that's kind of going to be a thing, right? So I mean, if you go to a lot of the European cultures,
that's normal.
It's normal, right?
It's normal.
But here over in Western culture, we're not doing this. We haven't done this, right? And we've made life potentially
really hard.
So this, I think, is one of those things that are in question. How can we do differently, or maybe go back to the basics? Roots with before all the bullshit got in the way. And the other thing I've just noticed here is there's no major arcana in those cards that I've drew, which is telling me that it's not a month necessarily for lots and lots and lots of big things.
Not a lot of big upheavals.
But the ones that are there that are big, but what it's telling us, I feel, is that we're going to start to finally get into the detail. We're going to start to finally, sick of watching this, sick of just fucking standing by and being a bystander.
Exactly.
and an observer actually starting to do it now, because there's a lot of wands in here.
There's a lot of wands.
Which is indicating the do, right? A lot of wands and
A
quite
lot
a
of
few
swords,
pentacles.
yeah.
There is like, what do we got in wands? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that
7.
right? 7. Pentacles, we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. And
Swords, we
Swords
got
got
1, 2, 3. And the
just the
cups.
2 cups.
Yeah, right. So the wands
The wands are,
predominant,
yeah,
right?
so
Which
it really is, we are just taking control now. It's like
is
we're doing things.
doing it now rather than being the
Yeah,
observer.
we're not, sitting back, are we?
No, we're not. And how I came to that is the major arcana are what is happening,
Yeah.
but the minor arcana are the details.
Yeah.
So it's getting into the nitty-gritty. So I think this is what we're now starting to do. And it's also telling me too that ego has pulled away a lot, because there's not a lot of big bravado, right? The bravado comes from the change in the thoughts. Not going to do that anymore. The topple or the fall of something with government, where we're going to be listening to those stories, standing back, watching that party and going, what are you going to do about it? You know, like, what's next, right? We're sick of that. The change in I do feel it's a health thing, or we might actually hear of some new health thing, but it's something to do with health here. And then there's a bit of a topple around the finances, right? But what I want to say about that, here's the waiver and disclosure on that is going to absolutely lead to this new beginning. So what might seem really devastating, just hold your horses.
Yeah, just wait. Let the dust settle.
We've got to see what it means. We've got to see what's going on. That's mulching, got my hair everywhere. Sorry. So bit of an interesting different take today. I was just sitting here and I was feeling and I'm like, I'm fucking gonna say it. I've and I'll just add my piece to the side.
It's interesting because I'm looking at the 2 7 of cups, and they are bookended.
They are bookended,
and I'm thinking, when we look at this other one underneath the Ace of Cups, this to me feels like Ace of Wands. So that's how they were looking underneath. This to me feels like there's a lot more choices. There's a lot more choices that we now have.
Choices than we
had before.
That. I feel like that is the case.
We might be coming out of this anxiety and overwhelm and everything and moving forward, but then we realise there's a lot of choice.
I actually like that trend.
There's a lot of choice now and that could be after our reflection and going deep into things, we have more choices than we were aware of.
More things you can see.
More things.
Open to more things, maybe. There's definitely more choice. I like that. That feels good.
So that was an interesting November. I think November's going to be interesting.
It tells you, right? It's a tell. It tells you November's going to be different.
It's going to be very different.
It's going to be different than what we've been used to.
It seems to be a lot, like we've said, stop, but it seems to feel slower.
There's something about it.
It feels like slower.
That. Pay attention to how you read, when you read, as you read, because to do that was different. We haven't done it that way before. And as I said, I'm sorry, I was going to change the format. But I don't know, we'll keep that format. But that's worked. November's
it really has, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting. I find it fascinating that with the 4 cards that Lou put out, there is no major arcana.
No, not at all. Not at all. I didn't expect that at all.
And then to have 3 cards that Lou's pulled out that are already previously in here. And bookended, basically.
They are, practically. That's just insane. Like we say, you seriously can't make this shit up. So have an amazing November, guys. Thanks for watching, listening, sharing, liking. Please subscribe. It really helps us a lot. Have an amazing November.
November, yes.
We'll catch you next time. Bye.
See you later.